see if this thing is live. It seems to be. We don't see the map from in-game. Let's try that again. It says excellent connection, but it doesn't. Okay, now it shows what we want to see, so good. All right, so this mission that we're going to do with an F-15, as you can see here, was originally meant to be done with 3 F-16s. And basically we fly to this IP position there, and then we have an SA-13 site here, another one there, and an infantry camp in the middle. There's even an ammo dump a little bit further down. I'm going to be carrying a JSOW, so with the JSOW I'll try to drop it on the infantry camp and take most of that with that. Here afterwards I'll try to take out an SA-13. There are 2 SA-13s and a few vehicles there, and there are 2 more SA-13s here. So I think I have a total of 8 laser guided bombs, so I can probably take out quite a few vehicles on both of these sites. Now, since the triggers in the game have been sort of messed up a little bit since the last patch, these attack planes were supposed to appear after we destroyed the targets here. On our way back we would have engaged those, but now they appear right at the beginning of the mission, so it'll allow me to test my track while scan in the F-15 and see if I can shoot them down quickly with some AMRAAMs, so that I can then go on to continue with my mission. I have Senaki that I can use as an alternate on my waypoint 4, so that's the plan for the mission. So I'll take off from here, go there, do my stuff. Probably have to engage attack planes that are headed for Senaki on the way there. And that's the plan. So just good review of a little bit of everything in the F-15. And so let's go set it up. F-15. I think it's late in the day, or it could be early. Alright, so let's just check F10. So it's 5:48, so it's pretty early in the morning then. So let's move to the back seat. So we only have to turn the targeting pod, the laser, and set our countermeasures here, and that's pretty much all we'll see of this for the duration of the mission. I'm gonna set up my front cockpit. Like to reduce the brightness and increase the contrast a bit. And here I'm just gonna turn all the lights off because we won't need them for this. Master arm is on, good. You see the attack planes are already heading for Senaki. This I'll set up for that here. Armament, air to ground. So our first program will be for the GPU-12s. Auto, ripple, single, nose tail. Program 2 will be for this guy, which will be direct, step, nose tail. And then I'll go in my smart weapons have mission 1, which I will send to the weapon. Weapon now has the coordinates of its targets, and so then I can go back to armament, air to ground. That looks good. And okay, since we'll start with air to air, we'll set the air to air radar first there, and I think we're good to take off. So removing the brakes, and we're taxiing. Yeah, it's bright and sunny to the east, so it's early morning. And if you're curious, this is what the plane looks like. I think I took the Billy the Kid skin. Yeah, there it is. So that's what we'll be fighting with. And so let's go. Gears coming up, flaps coming up. You can see the variety of weapons we're carrying there. We've got some AMRAAMs, a single Sidewinder, JSOW, and GBU-12s. So we'll turn the air-to-air radar on. Already have indications of targets. We're going to make the radar our sensor of interest. Activate the track while scan. Do a bump. Now we've got our targets. We're going to select the first one, which is pretty much almost already in range. I'll wait till I'm at about 20 miles, shoot my first missile. Fox 3, and apparently if I do the coolie up, I switch targets, and then I can switch to this one. Fox 3 again. Check if I still have active targets there. Fox 3 again. Boom. Oh, and this one's just flying by. Sort of lost my visual. Okay, we got the other one. That one is down. There's fire on the ground there. Haven't done much dogfighting with this big beast, and I don't want to get in a dogfight with an Su-25 because I sometimes lose those in an F-16. I don't think I'll win it in an F-15 loaded with weapons. Okay, so the enemy's heading away. Scared him off. I'm gonna say that's a success for that air-to-air attack. Well, he's heading for Kobuletti, so he's probably gonna get engaged by our Hawk missiles. Too bad for him. So I'm gonna head just under the clouds. Later it's going to be useful to be able to laze. I will change our main master mode to air to ground because I want to shoot my JSOs pretty soon. I'm already in the zone for that. We'll just orient the plane in the right direction, give it a bit of speed, and this missile will head for the infantry base. So we're in zone, missile away. So I'm going to head straight for steer point 2, which is my first SA-13 target. So here I'm going to go to the armament page, air to ground. We'll go to program 1. Here on this side we'll go to our targeting pod, and I will go to steer point 2, and so there. Let's set autopilot for altitude hold. Gonna set the EXP button there, gonna make that screen active. And here we can spot our SA-13s. I believe that's one of them. So this one's designated. I don't need to laze right away though. Let's check my... Is there a way to know the laser codes from here? Ah, there we go. 1688 all the way. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I had the right laser codes. Now we're gonna head for the target. We don't want to fly too low because these are infrared missiles. So we'll climb. Do have master arm on. Gonna drop a few countermeasures as we climb. And let's stabilize before we drop the bomb. Bombs away. We are now lasing the target. Let's redesignate. There we go. Continue climbing and turning. And shack on our first target. I think that's the next one. We'll designate that and we'll fly away and come back. So we're heading north because there's another SA-13 to the south, so I figure going towards the north is the right direction to go to be safe. We'll fly approximately 8-9 miles and then turn around. My fuel quantity seems to be lower than I thought, but I think I'll have enough to shoot a few weapons for sure. Alright, AP. Let's get this designated. Bombs away. Shack on that target. Good. Let's head south. (160). Now, if I set that to steer point 3, I might be able to already get one or something close to one designated. Target designated. Bombs away. Check on that target. That's gonna be the next one. Keeping an eye on fuel. Autopilot on altitude hold. Just for fun, because we can. We're gonna go look here. Yeah, there's one SA-13 left here. The other ones here are dead. Get the autopilot off. Turn around. Difficult to see. I think he went and hid there. I'm gonna designate that blob. I'll try to move towards the south a little bit. See if that'll get him out from behind that tree. Yeah. We'll see him a little bit better like this. There, designate. Now we're gonna head for him. Finger on the pickle button. Bombs away. That really looks like an SA-13, and boom. It doesn't look like much of anything anymore. So yeah. So on our next pass, we'll go for some of their support vehicles. But since we're at 5,000 of fuel, eventually we're gonna have to think about heading home. Autopilot off. Autopilot back on. So you can see here we have two trucks with what appears to be infantry. These are probably the MTLBs. Also looks like they got infantry. I'm gonna try a shot in between those two trucks, see if I can get two with one pass. 10 seconds for release. Finger on the pickle button. Bombs away. We're going to leave the autopilot on, and we'll try to keep the designator lasing in between the two vehicles. Those two trucks are probably going to blow up at the same time. Shack on both of them, and the infantry around looks like they fell down. What I'll do is I'll go on waypoint 2 and see if I can do the same thing. I think they also have like those two trucks there. I'll designate that sector and then we'll come back, drop another bomb there. That's probably gonna be the last bomb I'll drop since we're getting lower on fuel. Right, 8 miles. Let's turn around. This AP off. Turn right back around. Seconds to release. Bombs away. Boom, those two vehicles are burning. And because we're burning lots of fuel, we're gonna head home. So 4 is our alternate. 5 is going to be our final, so let's head for waypoint 5. As we watch the fires over there. And now we can go to nav mode. Here we could set up our HSI. You see that we have the refueler there with the stack can. If we look on the F10 map, we have the E3. I thought there was a refueler in the TACAN that we saw, but maybe it was something else. Maybe it's our base actually, yeah. Would make sense that we have our waypoint here and that the active TACAN is the TACAN of the airfield, because the airfield is around that area here, I think. It's our waypoint is there. This is the little lake, so usually Cobuletti is in that line. Yeah, there it is. You can see the hangars there. So that's where we're gonna land. But we're gonna use this waypoint to line up with the runway. It's like we're coming in on idle. Just for the fun of it. Whee! So now we'll set 0.6. I'm gonna slow down, get our boards out. Go. Airfield is there. We still need to turn a little bit left to align. We're slow enough to deploy the gear and the flaps. Everything is green in that area there. So you can imagine that if I wanted, I could refuel and go back with more weapons and finish up everything. But just with one plane, we've done quite a lot of damage that would have probably required the 3 F-16s, as I said earlier. So that's what the Mudhen will do. It'll do a lot more for just one flight. It's not really the best for air-to-air. I wouldn't recommend dogfighting with this. You can shoot a few missiles and do some damage. And you can drop a lot of ordnance. So I'm going to slow down some more because I need to be about 20 degrees nose up for my landing.
Low altitude, low altitude.
That seems to be about where we should be there. Just flare just the slightest bit and touchdown. Could have been nice with the tower and called in ahead before landing and turned my bright lights on, but I didn't. Sun's getting pretty bright up in the sky. Got a few vehicles over there waiting for us. We'll go park in that sector. Oh, there's an Avenger SAM right there. I like to line up with the Humvee here with the 50 cal machine gun. This guy right there. Let's make it look pretty. Stop right at the line. There we go.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
So now we have the wheel chocks in place. Everything's secured. Should put the master arm off. I will set the parking brake just in case, and then we'll do the lazy shutdown. Just look from a distance at all these switches turning off.
Y'all rate. Y'all rate.
Left engine going off. Right engine going off. Guess the battery's turning off. And canopy open. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed this little flight and the beautiful Mudhen by Razbam. Do we want to go check F10? Let's go check F10. So this SA-13 site only has a few vehicles that were there mainly for carrying munitions. The infantry camp has a lot of things that were damaged there. If the center part looks like it's gone, it's probably because it is. Let's click on this guy and go check F7. Yeah. The middle area is where probably the cluster munitions from my JSOW exploded. And then if we go check this other SA-13 site, well, there's a few trucks. There's a fuel truck there. Let's go check what it looks like here. We've got those two MTLBs that we blew up earlier. SA-13 dead. SA-13 dead. And we can probably do the same thing and watch from here. These trucks that I got in a combo. SA-13 dead. SA-13 dead. So all friendlies flying in this area, let's say close air support aircraft trying to help the friendlies, would no longer have to worry about this infrared threat that you don't hear when they shoot at you because of the wonderful work we've just done. I hope you enjoyed.